Let me discuss one more interview question related to method overriding. Let's say we have a class, parent class, with one method message and child class, which is extending parent class. This method has been overridden to the child class from base class. The question is, when base class method is not throwing any exception, can this overriding method throw any exception? Or in other words, this overriding method, can it throw exception when base class method is not throwing any exception? Answer is yes, the overriding method can throw exception on one condition. The condition is the exception should be of type runtime exception. The next question would be, what is runtime exception? So runtime exception is a predefined exception available in java.lang package. This exception object will be created and thrown by JVM at runtime. And these are some of the runtime exception available in Java. For example, arithmetic exception. This is directly extending runtime exception, and class cast exception, illegal argument exception, and a null pointer exception. These are some of the runtime exception available. So these exception can be thrown when we are overriding the method from the parent class. And let me show you. If I try to throw null pointer exception, there is no compile time error. If I run the program, I'll get the expected output. The program is working absolutely fine. So similarly, I can throw some more exception, which are nothing but runtime exception. Let me run the program. I'm getting the expected output. There is no issue at runtime or compile time. So what happens if I try to throw any compile time exception? There are two types of exception in Java. One is checked exception. One more is unchecked exception. So if I try to throw IO exception, it is a compile time exception. So this is not permitted. We can see, forget about running the program. There is a compile time error. It says IO exception is not compatible with throws clause in parent.message. So, or in other words, when base class method is not throwing any exception, the overriding method can throw only runtime exception. The runtime exceptions are nothing but the exceptions which are directly or indirectly extending a runtime exception class. These are some of the examples available in predefined exceptions available in Java. And these IO exceptions and then file not found exception, these are considered as compile time exception. These exceptions cannot be used to throw an exception in the overriding method. Here we cannot use. I hope it is clear.